Interesting. Anyway, heard some good signals on here in the morning. Didn't get on, but I was hoping that there would be some propagation this afternoon. And there you are. No fading, no QSB, no static at all. And who's that a lyric from? Over.
Oh man. Well, no QSB. That would be a Pedro lyric, but I don't know if you threw something musically in there that went over my head. Yeah, I had checked out the SDR earlier today, and it seemed like there were some good signals. I didn't venture. Oh, there's a musical term. I didn't the ventures to fire the equipment up, because I had a few things to do. I was like, it's just gonna screw up the day. So, but yeah, it seemed good this morning, and then I heard some real good. I tell you, man, there's some really, really good sounding sideband stations down on 222. I guess some of them are from the 1s and 2s. Man, they got their equipment dialed in. They are top notch for sideband. They sound really good. So I was listening to them for a bit because it was dead from here all the way down to there. And then below there. So I'm like, is the band actually dead? But then I just threw out like a 4-watt carrier, and it was like S9 into Carmine's, machine. So I was like, all right, we got some. It's worth firing up. That's the nice thing with the SDR. I kind of use it as a gauge to, should I go through the trouble of firing everything up? If there's, if my 4-watt carrier is not even like making a blip on the screen, I don't even bother. When conditions are good, yeah, it's like S7, S9, depends. So it seemed like it was good. I was just hoping there were other people out there. So, yeah, I got the KD2CFG, but I did not hear the other station. So all is well on this end. Out of the asparagus patch. Over.
KC2KKQ.
So is that a Kilo Bravo 2? Over.
Kilo Charlie 2, Kilo Queen.
A little bit of QSB. Ernie, can you pick him up?
Yeah, I think it's Kilo Charlie 2. Was it Kilo Quebec?
That is correct. Yeah, that is correct. QSO. That's correct. KC2KKQ.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon. I know I've spoke to you before. Your voice clicks in my brain. Not the call sign so much, but are you in the Bronx by any chance?
Negative. I'm in upstate New York, Hopo Junction. It's alright. I was trying to get in there, but I guess the conditions are not doing very well. I actually had to switch mics just because the other mic was making that motorboat noise you guys were hearing. So I just want to step in there and say hello, but conditions are not ready for me yet. So I'm going to say hello, and I'm going to say 73 to you guys. KC2KKQ. Maybe we'll try it again some other time.
All right. Well, before you go, give us your name there, because you just went up. You came up from S7 to 10 over 9, so your propagation is increasing here. My name is Joe, Juliet Oscar Echo. I'm in Concord, Massachusetts. Over.
Okay, copy there, Joe. And Ernie, name here is Charles, Charlie Hotel Alpha, Romeo Lima Echo Sierra, Charles, in Dutchess County, New York, 75 miles north of New York City approximately.
Okay, excellent. And what kind of power level are you running there right now?
Oh, so I am running, the equipment here is FTDX10. I'm running on 150 watt carry on AM into a 160 meter doublet, homemade doublet, around 50 feet up in the trees there. The amp is a solid state SGC Cube 500. That's the operating conditions over here, Joe. Over.
No, very nice. Okay, so yeah, I think it's propagation. You went a little bit down on that last transmission, but you were way up the last time. So I think the ionosphere is just kind of settling in here. Anyway, Ernie, you say you talked to Charles before. How do you copy him?
Yeah, I've definitely had you, Charles, before. Yeah, you're up in ENY neck of the woods. I think he's up in Hopewell Junction. W1GFH there. Yeah, I got a good copy. Solid the whole time. Yeah, we're probably just, maybe you and I are a smidge close, but yeah, 40 meters is coming out of its afternoon nap, you know, so it should be improving. But yeah, I got you no problem, Charles. You're sounding good on the FTDX10, I believe you said, with the 150 watts on the 160 meter there. Yeah, it sounds good. What are you using as a tuner for that antenna? Go ahead.
The tuner is a MFJ 998 auto tuner. I have approximately 15 to 20 feet of coax into a 4-to-1, 1-to-1 before the ladder line. That's what we got going on over here.
Oh, okay, very good. All right, yeah. So you got all the formulas figured out there. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you would just use an open wire line into a balanced tuner or a whatever, an L, whatever, T network, L network, whatever. But no, it sounds good. I got you, no problem. The FTDX sounds really nice. What microphone are you running now on it, and what was the one giving you an issue before? Over.
So I got the hand mic directly into the radio with the settings that I had before, but the microphone's not the issue. I'm running the microphone. The previous microphone is a RE27, but that's not the issue. The issue is I'm using a small MX6 mixer, a board mixer, and I use that, put that in line. I never use that. I only put it in line so I can get more input into the radio from that mic, because that mic is kind of low, and the impedance obviously is different. But here on 40 meters, I'm getting RF. That's what it was. That's why you heard that noise. So I was looking at it, I was trying to key up, and I saw that the meter was going crazy with the power. So rather than do that and make the contact, I just switched. I switched, and then some other time I'll figure it out, because on 80 meters, that's probably where we spoke before there, Ernie, on 73 or 85, somewhere around there. That's usually where I come out of. So that's pretty much, that's what we got going on over here. So over to you, Ernie.
Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, I forget what the impedance is on the RE27, because I'm using it as well. But I actually use a step-up transformer, which kind of defies what's necessary for running. I'm using the Apache Labs, the Anon 100, so it's a low impedance input. I don't need it, but if I just go from the balanced line to the unbalanced input, there's definitely a change in the audio quality. It gets thinner. So I'm using like an old Radio Shack XLR to 1/4 inch jack, and believe it or not, it goes from like, I guess, 250 ohms to 50,000 ohms, which it defies the laws of physics, because neither of those values are what the radio or the microphone needs. But for some reason, a friend of mine said to throw it in line because I had it, and it works well for this particular scenario. I have other ones. I have newer versions from like Guitar Center, and those what do they go? They go from 250 to 50,000 K. Which this doesn't. If I was going into an FT101, it would be perfect, because that's what the FT101 old-fashioned one requires, 50K on the mic input. But for whatever reason, it works well on this particular layout. But I do use the onboard EQ. But I did have a problem years ago using an outboard EQ. I think it was a cheap Behringer with the 101. And same thing, I had RF getting into it. So copy on all that stuff. I'm sure you'll figure it out. But I got to tell you, man, the hand mic sounds really good, considering. Clearly, you'll get a little bit more, high-end with the RE27 once you dial that in. But nice job on that setup. KC2KKQ, KD2BRM.
W1.